So ADA currently finds itself on an uptrend, following on from our previous update where I mentioned I was tracking the wave Y. And I mentioned in that update that the wave Y was made up of 5 waves. So I set out the 5th wave target to sit within this range between 35 cents to 37 cents. And here you can see that we ended up tapping into that target once we ended up reaching 37.07 cents. And so, yeah, since then, we have seen this breakthrough where we breached above the 50 EMA, which was acting as a level of resistance, and also the 200 EMA. And currently, it does look like the 50 EMA will end up crossing the 200 EMA, and that's also known as a golden cross. And that then signaled that we are on a bullish trend. And it does look like what we are forming right now is a 5-way structure, where this move here is the wave 1, and this is wave 2. And then we've got wave 3, 4, and 5. And if we do have a 5-way structure, that's going to signal that we ended up bottoming out at 37.07 cents, and it would then be on an uptrend. So if I bring in the Fib tool and bring this down to 38.54 cents, and yeah, so here you can see that we ended up exceeding the 1.6 minute level. So that's triggered a 5-way structure, and it does look like ADA is now within this 5th wave. Best case scenario, this whole move to the upside could be the wave 3, and we could see a short retracement to form the wave 4, followed by a reversal to then complete the 5th wave. And this is possible, given that the bulls still have the momentum, and so this is something I'm going to be looking out for. But for now, I will stick with this 5-way structure where ADA could potentially be within this 5th wave. And assuming that we end up topping off to complete the 5th wave at around 44.72 cents, what we could see is a short retracement to the downside, where ADA could retrace anywhere between 50 to 88.2% of this whole move to the upside. And so ADA could potentially reach anywhere between 37.97 cents to 40.9 cents. And following this retracement, I will be looking out for that reversal. And it will be a case of whether or not this 5-way structure would form the wave 1. And we could see the wave 2 play out, followed by wave 3, 4, and 5. Or this 5-way structure could form the wave W, and we can see the X wave play out, followed by a Y wave. And so the only way of knowing really if we've got a 5-way structure that's forming or a WXY structure is if this move here retraces towards the 1.6 minute level. And so if this move retraces towards the 1.6 minute level, that will then trigger a 5-way structure. However, if it doesn't, that will then trigger a WXY structure instead. And so, of course, that's something that's going to be playing out in the days and weeks to come. And so I'll keep you guys updated with regards to that. And zooming out, given that I'm looking at for the price of ADA to have bottomed out at 37.07 cents, what I would be looking at for is for the next key target in the mid to long term. And so this whole move to the upside that we witnessed, where we ended up topping off at 73.6 cents, could have formed the wave W. And this correction that we witnessed over the past few weeks could have formed the wave X, and ADA could now be within this Y wave. And if that's the case, what I do is set out the next key target. So if I bring this Fib tool and bring this up to 37.07 cents. And so, yeah, in the midterm, ADA could reach anywhere between 83.3 cents to 92.41 cents. Best case scenario, we end up exceeding this region, and we then retrace towards the 1.6 minute level at $1.12. If that's the case, that will then trigger a 5-way structure, and we could continue to start move to the upside. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days and weeks to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. And so, yeah, that's a smart update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.